That made me think about Kevin Samuels.
Why? Why do you think about Kevin Samuels?
First of all, do y'all see how mad this woman just got? Incredible.
In terms of what I think I wasn't subscribed. So for the record, I wasn't one
I
of
was
his.
gonna say you better put a disclaimer quick.
I'm not one of his followers. But
I don't like the fact that he felt that he felt the need to have a disclaimer out there. That's ridiculous. That means this guy can't have, even if he really was a follower, he felt that he had to do that. Like that just shows that shows the amount of masculine energy coming off of her right now, and it shows the lack of backbone that he has. That he feels like he has to say something like that. I'm pretty sure he's watched more than what he's leading on, and he agrees with a lot more than what she obviously agrees with. But him not having a backbone, yo, come on, man.
but when I do talk to people that have been in tune with his messaging, it does seem from the outside he was trying to, I guess, what's the word? Balance out
Not with that look though. Ugh.
the criticism, kind of even the playing field.
Is that what he was trying to do?
In hindsight of men who, let me put this right. Black men, we are raised in a matriarch society.
You're not raised in a matriarchal society, though. That's false.
That's not false, actually. I know exactly what the guy is talking about. We're raising a matriarchal. Okay, let's hold on. So let's see what she says real quick.
I mean,
Just because you're raised by a woman doesn't mean you're raised in a matriarchal society.
In our homes, the person who is in charge, the majority of the time, is women. Even when they are married to men, usually those men were raised by women also, so they're taught to look at their moms, their the grandmothers, big mama, their aunties as the leaders. A lot of black men default to black women as the leaders because that's how we were raised up to be. Now, fortunately for myself, I was raised by my father, so it was a little bit of a different story. And my father happens to be a bit of an alpha, so it was a different story for me. But that's not the norm. The norm is a lot of young black boys and girls are raised by black women, and they're always looked at, that they're taught to always revere the black mom. Think about it. Every type of athlete or entertainer or whatever the hell, when they're accepting some type of award or they finally got this big check or this big contract, who's the first person that they're thanking? They're thanking their mother. Rarely do you hear, I want to thank my father for X, Y, and Z. They're thanking their mother. So they're looking at their mother as they are revering their mothers, not their fathers. Let's keep going.
in our community, I was raised by a single mother.
In a patriarchal society.
Okay.
That's her go-to. That's what most feminists go on, that patriarchal this, patriarchal that. I don't think this woman or many other feminists, I don't think y'all fully understand that the reason why you can have this type of attitude that you have and talk to men at the way that you're able to talk to them is because of this patriarchal society that is allowing you, keyword, allowing you to be as disrespectful as you currently are. Because if men really decided and said, you know what, hammer down, enough of this crap, enough's enough, there's not a goddamn thing that these women can do to stop us. That's facts.
But in my experience, this is my experience.
No, but I'm telling you, like, your experience doesn't change the society that we're in.
Okay.
Even though you were raised by a woman, she's raising you within a patriarchal framework.
Fair. Let me try to express.
Women aren't like, she wasn't raising you within a space where women are leaders.
Yes, I just explained that. Women are leaders in the household. You can't talk about politicians or activists. You can't talk about that because the first persons that you will be seeing are the people who are in your immediate vicinity, which is your mother, aunties, grandma. And if there's any uncles around, cool. But if your dad is not there, then what? You know what I'm saying? You are looking to a woman. The teachers that you see in school are women. Your entire childhood is ran by women, for the most part, when it comes to the black community. And she's not acknowledging that. Disingenuous.
That are revered and like that you should aspire. Like, that's not what we're in.
I'm just laying up what I think these brothers are coming from.
Fair.
Nah, my man, you need to grow a backbone, dude. I don't appreciate that. And I like comedy hype. I really do. But this right here is a sorry excuse of an interviewer trying to tiptoe around it and not to piss off this person. I'm sorry, but some she's clearly, and I've seen some of her stuff. She's clearly okay with offending whoever the hell if she feels that they are attacking her worldview. I really don't like this woman.
Fair. Okay. Wait, okay.
It's not me. I'm not.
Okay.
And I think that
I despise them.
I think that
Wow.
those brothers who don't maybe have the strongest self-esteem or the strongest awareness of how to lead a woman in a healthy way, at times maybe felt pushed to the side, felt discredited because they didn't have a certain status. And I think like Kevin Samuels, they gravitated towards him because he was now holding women accountable more than we've ever really.
And why are you rolling your eyes? You see, that's what it is. Women don't want to be held accountable. I met a girl who was in her 30s. And, you know, don't get me wrong. Okay, let's full disclosure. I actually was attracted to this woman. And I kind of wanted to talk to her. I wanted to get things, you know, moving. However, the moment I tried to do anything as far as having some type of structure or order, the first words were out of her mouth were, "Don't tell me what to do." Don't tell you what to do. Okay, so you like living in chaos. You know, having whatever you got, whatever you call a life, you like this. Okay, no problem. You know, don't tell me what to do. I sound like a 7. What? You sound like you're 7 years old, like a child. Don't tell me what to do. Really? How many men have you heard say that? Don't tell me what to do. Come on, man.
Seen it. It wasn't delivered the best, but I can
That
only
is
from the outside look
completely
in.
false. That is, I'm going to have to go completely against that.
Okay. So why do you think people were listening?
I think people were listening to him because we're in a up society.
If that's the case, then that's the case. Listening to you is because we're in an effed up society. Got it.
And he was confirmation bias for their uppery. That's why. The same reason that people are mad at me, because I'm affirming a truth that's inconvenient to their.
And there it is. There it is right there. She says that she's confirming a truth that people don't like. And that is exactly why she doesn't like Kevin Samuels. Because he gave her and so many other women, typically black women, a truth they did not like. That is the reason why they are so pissed off with him. Because he told them the truth. But I'm sorry, Miss Seals. Kevin is not going to be the only one. He was just the start, the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be a rush of men telling y'all women, y'all are full of shit. Telling y'all women, get your act together, and we're going to be holding y'all accountable because y'all have been holding us accountable for 60 plus years. It's time that you are held accountable so we can get this thing back on track because we're off the rails right now.
Right? So they're like, that bitch, she's making me feel some type of way. I don't want to feel some type of way. And who the is she to make me feel some type of way? But the way you feel that I'm making you feel is because it's a truth that you know.
That's exactly what Kevin Samuels was doing with his show. And the interviewer knows good and damn well that's what was happening, but he don't have a goddamn backbone, so he ain't pushing back on this woman. Yo, I'm so disappointed in the interviewer on this one, man. He's usually pretty cool, but this right here, man, you can tell he's intimidated by this woman. This is ridiculous.
But you have to deal with it, and you're not ready to deal with it. Because if you deal with it, it's going to bring up a whole bunch of other shit probably that you have to deal with. And you don't necessarily have the support system around you or the tools to be able to do so. And that is the fault of our whole social network, right? But this idea of holding women accountable, to me, it's a false equivalency.
Because the reason why he came up is because you said that, and this is only me seeing clips, like highlights of his work.
Oh, I've seen a lot.
Doubt it.
Okay. So you're probably more of an expert in this space than me. But it did seem like you were saying the thing of like women having these like crazy expectations that they don't necessarily apply to themselves. And it felt like he was trying to do the same thing from the.
And you see that? You see her face right now? Now she's beginning the mental gymnastics to wiggle her way out of it because she knows that what he just said is the fact. Okay? It's all facts. So she's gonna try to wiggle her way out of it using these mental gymnastics. Let's go ahead and let's see how far she goes.
From the clips I saw.
But the thing is that I'm basing that on value systems, integrity, right? Your ethics. He's basing that on
man.
materialism.
No, he's not. I'm gonna stop you right there. The women called into his show talking about material stuff, surface level things. It's the women that are giving him the material. He's just asking them questions. That's how I know this woman didn't watch anything of significance when it came to Kevin Samuels. You got to be kidding me.
On your outward appearance and on status. So he was doing what I think is a very big disservice to folks, because he's aligning relationships on surface things.
That's exactly what the women who called into his show were talking about. They were calling in about surface things. They wanted a guy who make 6 figures and above, 6 foot tall, in shape. They wanted a high value man. And all he did was ask her certain questions. And she, with answering those questions, proved that she was not worthy of a high value man. And they were pissed off about it, just like Amanda here. She's pissed off. Is she even? Well, I don't see a ring on her hand, so she's obviously not married. Is she even with in a relationship? Does she have a boyfriend? I mean, and if she does, how the hell does he put up with this thing?
Yeah. Versus grounding them in the depths of our spirit. And those surface things that he was, basing things on, ultimately end up being about greed and being about.
It's all the women that called into his show talking about something. They want to have a man making 6 figures or more, and they don't want to have to work to pay significant bills. They really want him to pay for everything. Who's really being greedy here? They want men to do everything and then give the men no authority, give him all the responsibility, and she has all the authority, no responsibility, no accountability. Who's really the selfish one here? I mean, like, come on. And who's the greedy one? I mean, come on.
Just things that don't carry you through when you really are dealing with life. Your looks, your money, your status.
I hate to keep pausing like this because I don't like it when I see other YouTubers do it. But, I mean, right here, she's talking about looks and status. I'm a PhD. Those who have followed Kevin Samuels know that line. I'm a PhD. That is literally what so many women, black women especially, who called into his show, that's the majority of the women who called into his show. There were some white women, there were some Hispanic women, but it was mainly black women that called into his show. They put such an emphasis on their money, their status, their looks, their degrees. They put so much emphasis on it. And she's literally saying what Kevin Samuels was saying. All of that shit it doesn't matter when you reach the end. Only thing that matters is your family, children, and the man that you've been with. The love that you've had all throughout that. Yeah, all of that other stuff is cool. Those are all bonuses. Those are all, little checkpoints here and there through life. But it's about family. And that is literally what Kevin was talking about. It's about family. What do you bring to the table? Nobody cares about your degrees, the amount of money that you make. The amount of money that you make, that's cool. This makes our life easier. If, you was to put that on the table, like if I put my salary on the table, if I'm making $100K a year and you're making $90K a year, guess what? We should have $190,000 in this house. But so many of these women out here, they want you with your $100,000 to pay for everything, and she's gonna take her $90,000 and just bank it and just buy all kinds of luxury items because for men, your money is their money, is y'all's money, but her money is her money. That's just selfish. And again, who's really the greedy one in that dynamic?
When your mom dies, What's that gonna like? It may mean that you can bury her in the coffin that you want. If your child is born with a disability, it may mean that you can get them the care that you want because you have some money, but
So talk to the lower frequency.
the high vibration is you. I'm emotional right now. The high vibration
Why?
is you consistently challenging yourself to live in light. And all those things that he was talking about are not about that.
That's a lie. That is a lie. I'm so glad that anyone of any race of both genders can go back and just watch his material and can see that this woman here is being dishonest, like so many other women and men too, which is the wildest part. If you're listening to this right now, I implore you to go to Kevin Samuel's channel and watch not just 1, 2, or 3, but watch like a dozen videos. You don't gotta, because some of the videos can go, a couple of hours, but just watch a couple of videos and really get a full context of what he was talking about, the discussions and conversations he was having with the women that called into his show, asking for his advice, asking for his tips. Just listen and understand. Don't do what this woman did and just catch clips. Don't do what this interviewer did, as he said he did, and just catch clips. Go in there and actually watch his stuff. He has a bunch of Instagram lives. He has a hell of a lot of material on YouTube. Watch it.
And all those things that he was talking about are not about that. It's not about that. Because you want to be with somebody that loves what's inside of you. This is a shell. Like you want to be, and you want to be with friends. Like that's really what it is. But we are in a society that is so focused on this outward appearance, image appearance, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm in a business.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. She's talking about outward appearances. You should love what's inside and all that other jazz, which are valid points. However, let's just keep it real. If you're under the age of 55, hell, 60, let's just call it 60, you're looking at a person's looks. That is what's attracting you first and foremost. Okay. After that, yes, it's about what's inside. It's about what's, how that person carries themselves, man and woman. It's about how they treat you. If they're kind, good conversation, and things like that. And they're not selfish. But she's talking about what's inside. That's mostly women talk like that. And it's usually coming from women who have hit the wall, who are older. They're starting to see the wrinkles. They're starting to see that, their ass ain't as tight. Their breasts aren't as perky. They start talking like that. And if they aren't hitting the wall just yet, they're overweight women who start talking like that. And you never really hear that coming from attractive women who actually put in the work to keep themselves attractive. You never hear that. Ever. I mean, I've never heard it. Somebody may have. I know I haven't. But, yeah, man. I think I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. I really do be responding back to y'all comments. I like to keep the conversation going. And yeah, man. Until the next one. Y'all be easy.